Hey guys, how are y'all doing? All right, I want to talk about like those of you that are dealing with oppression because I totally understand it. That's why, I have that playlist for the chakras and like the most important is the bottom three. Um, Maybe even like the root chakra and solar plexus because that's like your root chakra is dealing with the fear. The solar plexus helps with the confidence. And then, like, your third eye is going to help with your intuition. All right. So, um, you could just like focus on those. But, I want to point this out because, all right, we know that, okay, that the Lord makes a way for us. Okay. So the universe will pave a way. And the point is that you have to be able to see it. Sometimes it's like said right to you, that's how the universe can be. Um, but you have to be able to get out of the fear mode. Now, I'm going to read you something. It's from thetarotguide.com because you can look up like each card and read what's on there. They have like forward and reverse. So I'm going to read you, it's the Eight of Swords upright, instead of when the card's flipped, which it gives the reverse meaning underneath that. All right, so in general context, the Eight of Swords can represent feeling trapped, confined, restricted, or backed into a corner or having your hands tied. It signifies fear, terror, anxiety, and psychological issues. And yes, trust me, the universe and God completely understands what that feels like. It's because they're doing something on purpose to cause that, all right, or to project what they feel onto you. So you have to get your head wrapped around it and know that you are fine, you are safe. It's just, and I'm not saying you're not going through bad things, because Lord, I know I've been through some really bad things, but I'm still here, I'm still alive, all right? All right, so it signifies fear, terror, anxiety, and psychological issues. It is a minor arcana card of hopelessness, helplessness, powerlessness, slavery, persecution, and being silenced or censored. You will be feeling the pressure when this appears and may be in crisis or going through a dilemma or a drama. All right. However, the overall theme of this card is that you are the one keeping yourself in this situation through negative thinking and allowing yourself to be paralyzed by fear. The swords depicted in the card are surrounding you, but you can take the blindfold off and walk away at any time. Um, and it's not to say that, you know, you're in a bad situation, but there's a way out. It's kind of like you may be expecting, this or that to come and to happen, but perhaps this situation is calling for you to move and to do something in order for that to occur. Um, you kind of have to weigh the two options, right? Like there's got to be one option that is way better than the option that you're dealing with. You're just not, you're seeing it as, how can I put it? You're seeing it in a way that it really isn't part of it, okay? Like the way that you have to get out and to save yourself. The universe will have signs, and it's like this. If you're not seeing the signs, and if you don't take the initiative and do what you need to do when that moment or moments arises, then it's going to get worse. And it's going to keep getting worse because it's like the universe is pushing you and showing you which way to go, and you're not taking heed. You're not doing something, right? Um, and if you don't, it's going to get worse until you do it. You don't have a choice. You see what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, I'm just getting a feeling that somebody or several someone's out there um, you're like not dealing with it. It's almost like, avoid it and just keep dealing with the situation the way it is. You're going to have to, make that move. I feel like, somebody out there, if not, several people, because a lot of people can be going through this at the same time. But you have to make the move that you need to make, or you've already seen the signs, or maybe, the universe can put it right in front of you, like, I don't know, just in some form or some fashion that you have a way paid for you. You're just not taking it because you think it's worse than it is or something like that, but it's not. The point is you're going to have to make that move, and do something regardless, you know. There's a way, and plus, not only that, pray. Pray to God that He provides a way and cloaks you and protects you. You read out Psalms 91, okay, like the first verse. That you have the protection, and calling the protection of Archangel Michael, okay? And then at the end of your prayer, say please and thank you. I know a lot of people will say Amen, but if you really look at that word, the Bible tells you, the scriptures say not to worship man. So, some people may not know that, but you need to just end it with, in Jesus Christ's name, please and thank you, instead of Amen. Like how they tell us to end prayers. You have to, it's a matter of seeing things. And like gematria, it takes time to read that. And people put things in there in order to confuse on purpose. So if you spend time in it just being really quiet, playing the frequency music, and thoughts go to your heart. Thoughts, you yourself would say, thoughts go to my heart. And then just work on the breathing. Breathe in real deep through the nose if you can, and then breathe out through the mouth. You want to exhale longer than you inhale. Okay? Like, say if you inhaled for 3 seconds, you would exhale for 5. Something like that. To where you really are expelling all the air out. And then repeat. But you want to do this slowly, not like super fast. But it's helping to relax the nervous system. Now these people like to do their moon magic, and they like to do it around the full moon. So you know that. So, and it can last some days before and days after, and it can make you talk backwards, So, as well as just twist things, because these people are twisting things in people's minds and everything else. But you just have to, say that prayer, call on Archangel Michael, ask for, him to protect you and to cloak you, and say that very quiet on your breath or just inside, because some people are, under being recorded, right? So in that case, you would pray and just say it inside. When you're inside your, your mind, your heart, when you're dealing in that kind of situation, you are going to have to do it more inward, right? And the frequency music you can just, listen to. But the universe is very good about putting away right in front of us, and we just have to see it. Sometimes we're too, searching somewhere else instead of seeing what's right in front of us, right? But the Lord, He does pave, the universe, which is really kind of a he, she, but meaning a masculine and feminine energy. Balancing the masculine and feminine energies helps as well. Just, the quiet and the stillness, that's where you really find a lot. And like I say, a lot of times the universe has put it in front of you, or, put it in some kind of word form or a sign, a synchronicity. Synchronicity is like, 1111, 222, or 333, 888, whatever. But it can be other things too. It can be 1919, you know. But you'll see these things. There'll be something you just see somewhere, and you'll be like, oh, like it might be a picture here. It might be a license plate here. It might be, you know what I mean, an address or this or that. And it's like just right there in front of you. And that's when you go click, oh, the gematria may take some time. This isn't where you need to go and learn this trade and that trade. Just focus on what's already been shown to you, because a lot of the times it's one step, that you, where it is you're being led to go. I don't mean like literally 1 footstep, but where it is that you're being led to go, and just how to do that, to follow what the universe is showing you. It's kind of like following the yellow brick road. You're following what the universe is showing you, even if you don't see certain things or know certain things. But trust the universe, and trust that if you've been shown something, it's showing you something better, and maybe you're just not realizing it. Or that something, perhaps when you do this, it, changes things. So you want to stand up against oppression, and standing up against oppression is literally seeing what it is that, say, bad people are wanting you to do, and to realize the way out is literally doing the opposite of what they want you to do. And then taking that action. But being smart, not, you want to be wise as serpents, but gentle as doves, meaning you're not to like hurt people, hurt animals, or anything like that, but you're to think strategically, heck, maybe even that was, given to you, who knows? Or it's just, when there's the right time, you just take off, you're bold, or whatever it is. I'm not sure the situation totally, but I'm just getting some senses here of, it's like some people that feel confined, trapped, like the Eight of Swords, for instance. Again, you can go to thetarotguide.com, but, you would need like tarot cards, or even a deck of cards. You could look up cardomancy. I mean, you won't have like the major arcana, but you would have the minor arcana with a regular deck of cards. Looking up cardomancy, like the spades is the swords. So, it's one way to look at it, but it's something that takes some time to get used to and understand. But truly, the universe is very good at providing a way, and maybe sometimes we don't see it because maybe we're too afraid to see it, or someone's done something, or they've threatened. Okay, so like if they threaten, oh, well, we're going to do this to other people, perhaps they're all protected and being watched, and maybe that last piece of the puzzle or something has just got to go into place, and then everything moves, clicks forward, and such and such happens, so being able to see that, it helps, yeah, but you've got to learn. This is like a step of learning to trust the universe that, you pray, um, see what it is you're supposed to do, and know when to do it, um, and then do it. Don't let what other people tell you stand in your way. Like, I almost feel like this is something that isn't, I don't know. It's not that intricate. I'm not sure, but it's like some people just need to, do what they need to do. Like without hesitation, but waiting for the right, you know, time or moment or something like that. Um, Sometimes, you may be called to just go as is, you know, or whatever. I don't know. But, yeah, there's got to be a way, and you need to see it, or, someone you can talk to, um, something. But, you just have to know that during these moon rituals, when it's around the full moon and before and after the full moon, um, you want to wait a little bit, but then once that's passed, it's a whole lot easier. And be aware, of course, that these kind of people, they may be doing like what they did to me, poisoning, drugging, and all this stuff, but there are ways to, get that dealt with. But a lot of times, the Lord has already paved the way, and you just need to take that path. Like I said, because I've gone through a good bit of this to where if I didn't move and do something, it would have been really bad. So, take the time to, do some thought process on it. And I would do the frequencies. I would especially work on the root chakra, the red chakra, and the solar plexus, which is yellow like the sun, and the intuition, which is like indigo. Throat chakra is blue, and that's like more your communication and speaking. Okay. Crown chakra, that can help too. Like the crown and the intuition together, intuition being the third eye. But the biggest one is going to be the root chakra, the red, But I hope this helps someone, because I don't know, I just got this overwhelming feeling to put that out there, But, you want to think this out. Like me, myself, I've been left without, any vehicle, any transportation, so I'm like stuck here all the time. And it can be very difficult. I mean, I completely can empathize with anyone that's going through, any kind of situation like this. And people that are doing everything they can to keep you down. But these people, they have perhaps mental illnesses or what have you. But things change when you can get that fear under control, and take the steps you need to take before, it could possibly get worse. But you need to, praying is very helpful, and you may already have someone that's praying for you. So when two or more agree, God can really move things. So keep that in mind. All right? Love you guys. God bless.